action.
Hello. Hello.
Howdy, partner. I'm walking.
I'm Spot.
How's
I'm
it going?
Inky.
How's it going, son? My name's Colonel Rip. Hi, I'm Guinevere.
All right, guys, we're going to learn about Daniel today.
Oh,
Oh,
My favorite stories.
Daniel,
Yes,
so
sir.
listen to the story. Daniel was a young boy who lived long ago in the city of Jerusalem. One day, a great army came to Jerusalem and captured all the people there. The soldiers took Daniel and many others far away to a strange land to work for their king. What do you think of that?
that sounds horrible.
That's bad.
Yeah, they
Now-
just told
Yeah,
me.
son.
They
What's
just
that?
told me.
Daniel was called to work in the royal palace. He worked very hard at all he was given to do, and Daniel had been taught at home about God. He prayed to God every morning, noon, and night. He knew God was helping him to do his work well.
That's good.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Now, many years had passed, and Daniel continued to work in the palace. He was always honest and wise in what he did. The king grew to love Daniel. He put Daniel in charge of his kingdom, and Daniel never made any mistakes. So we learned that the king really cared about Daniel. What do you think of that?
That's cool.
And God helped him with his work.
Great.
Other men working for the king was jealous of Daniel. They didn't want him to rule over them, so they tried to catch him doing something wrong, but Daniel only did what was right. Daniel knew that his wisdom came from God, and he prayed faithfully to God 3 times a day. That's cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Now, the bad men, they knew they would have to trap Daniel into doing something wrong if they wanted to get rid of him. So they went to the king and said, "Oh, king, make it a law that for 30 days no one can ask anyone but you for help. Anyone who breaks that law will be thrown into the lion's den."
That sounds bad
Yeah.
Look at that.
and sad.
And the king thought it was a wonderful idea, except he didn't know they were trying to trap Daniel. Daniel heard about the new law, but he still went to his room and prayed and asked God to help him do what was right. When the sneaky men saw Daniel praying, they ran to the king. King, Daniel has been praying to his God instead of asking you for help. He must be thrown into the lion's den." Now, what do you think the king did? How did he feel?
He felt sad, I'm pretty sure.
He
must have
felt
been sad.
he was very sad. He didn't want to hurt Daniel. He tried for a long time to think of a way to save Daniel, but he couldn't change the law once it had been set. Finally, the king ordered Daniel to be thrown into the den of lions. He called to Daniel, "Your God whom you serve will save you." Then the king walked slowly back to the palace, and he was so upset. He couldn't eat or sleep. He kept thinking of Daniel trapped with all those fierce lions.
That sounds horrible.
That's so
Oh, no.
scary.
I don't
But-
believe what happens next.
Early the next morning, the king ran to the den and shouted, "Daniel, has your God saved you?" And Daniel answered, "God sent an angel to close the mouths of the lions. They have not hurt me."
Hey,
Woohoo!
hey.
The king was happy. He commanded that Daniel be taken out of the den and the bad men thrown into with the lions instead. Then the king made a new law. everyone in his kingdom should pray to Daniel's God because he saved Daniel from the terrible lions. So 3 times a day, Daniel prayed to God, and God gave him wisdom and courage to do what was right. God will give you all that you need to do right too. All you have to do is ask him.
That's right.
All right, guys, it's time to go.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Well, see you
Bye.
later,
boys.
partner.
And